So today, I want to talk about you, what you do, how you came to what you do, and your life journey.
Wow, that's a great question. I recently met a private chef about a year ago. I was actually just out at a mutual friend's birthday party. And what started as a friendship ended up being a new partnership. And a lot of that came from my background in community building. I was working in tech for many years. And then prior to that, I had a menswear collection. So always really enjoyed like youth culture, trends, tech, just like anything that was cutting edge. I wanted to learn. I wanted to be a part of it. So with my love of learning and my and love of adventure of unstructured business and career life, I chose to be a creative consultant so that I can really make impact on local businesses as well as founders and small teams like under 30 people and be able to bring them solutions for how to be online, how to get comfortable speaking on camera, and really understanding how people are growing their communities within their business and being a part of the community that they're also building.
So have you always had an entrepreneurial, independent will to you?
Oh, no. I feel like I was very much like I knew that I wanted to do something creative. I think that's kind of how it all started. So for me, it was learning how to tailor men's clothes and sew, and I really got into like the production side. So I actually got to go to like Hong Kong and like experience like the fashion industry from like all over the world. Got to spend time in Europe.
How old were you during all
Oh
this?
gosh, I was like early 20s. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what now looking back, I know the type of work and the rigor, like how hard it was. That was like grad level. Like if I were pursuing college in a linear way, that was probably like grad level. So I had published a paper in my undergrad. I was doing a lot of research. I was, I wanted to be a trend forecaster. That was like one thing that I took from like going to design school that I thought was so interesting to just get paid to talk about trends and like observe and like write. But yeah, I was always like just really into like being creative and like synthesizing information, and this was before like YouTube came along, so I really didn't have a place to like put any of these stories or adventures or ideas, but I just loved being able to be there, like to learn. And so after my menswear collection winded down, I stuck with photography. That was one thing that from filming and making content and things like that, I still kept up with photography. And so with that, I was able to hang out with a director in LA and got to like, see a lot about the production sides, like from editing to like being on set with like music artists and like going to concerts, like all these like really cool, cool experiences. And just like knowing my learning style, I think that really helped me got like self-guide through different scenarios, through different like career opportunities, jobs, anything. I really learn best by just working with like somebody who's really good at what they do. So that's kind of like how my entrepreneur spirit kind of started, was that even when I was like a teenager, I hung out at the streetwear store because I wanted to go to school to be a footwear designer, and got to know like retail at a very young age. And like that was something that ended up being like one of the first jobs that I got, was like working in a showroom or like designing new collections, because like I just loved retail. I love understanding like, why does somebody want to buy this? And so now that we have the internet and like making content, it's still very much the same principles of like sales psychology. It's like, why does somebody want to buy this? Why does somebody want to watch this? And like just having that natural curiosity where it's like, I want to know why. I want to know why this content is doing better than this, or like, how do I improve like the way that I deliver this like very complex, boring subject? It's like a very interesting way that's engaging for people to like want to take action or like want to buy. And just being able to like use that years of just sitting online and like sitting on Reddit, sitting in chat rooms, and just like really just like being where the people are at, and have that like turn into a career profession. Like it's amazing. Like, getting paid to push buttons, very, in a simple way. But I think the biggest thing is that I really like love being around people and like love like hearing their stories and cooking for them and like hosting and like, just like having fun. I think a lot of things in my life kind of came out of like experiencing life and not putting so much pressure on myself to know the answers, but to look outward and just see like, okay, if other people are able to do this, there has to be a way that I can do this. And I think that really kind of like allowed me to experience the things for personal development that also got to be able to help me grow like professionally as well.
Can you tell us about your entrance into photography and videography? Like, what was it about it that grabbed you? And then as you were getting into the weeds, how did you know that this is something that's going to stick?
Wow. Believe it or not, I know this is going to sound really like really cheesy. Reality shows. I grew up watching Real World. I love pop culture, like reality shows. I think they are so interesting in that the way that they cut them to keep you hooked to come back, it's a science. And this was kind of when I got this one experience when I was living in LA. I got to go to the YouTube studio. Like they had a huge lot that they built. And I got to like, I think I went for a game show. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like I got to be an audience member. I'm here at this game show. It's a YouTuber that has produced the whole thing. And at that moment, I was like, I want to know how to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. And I was in design school. I didn't pick up a single camera that whole time I was in college. But like, I knew after that, I was like, I'm going to like learn how to use a camera. And so I think one of my uncle gave me a camera. And he gave me like a film camera, of course.
Right.
And he's just like, you're creative. And I was like, I went to design school. I sew. He's like, you're creative. Take this camera. So I did, and I ended up doing film photography, and that ended up getting me into very like a lot of fun situations. Like I got to work with this. I was working with this director in LA. He was a music video director, so like I got to like meet like Wiz Khalifa. I went over. I interned for a bit, and I worked with like Universal Music for a minute. So I was over in Paris, and I got to meet like Mos Def. That was like when I was doing fashion, I was like hanging out over there. And just like being able to like meet like music artists or just like even celebrities, like people who are like, I would say, I don't know if you want to necessarily say like they're good at what they do, but like they're well known at what they do.
Sure.
Being able to be around them and like still see them as like people and like get invited to go hang out with them. It's kind of like one of the things that really kind of like clicked in my head. I was like, wait a minute, there's nothing different about them. Like they're just like, they're on camera all the time. Like they're just like, they're comfortable being on camera. They're fun and entertaining. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So those experiences, watching reality TV, hanging around celebrities, that really got me into like wanting to get good at like filming and like cameras and like knowing how to like tell a good story. Because it was the people who was in front of them that I thought were just so entertaining and interesting. And so, having a camera really helped me like break out of my shell. I was not as outgoing as I was, like I would say before camera, after camera. But like having a camera, it's like I had to speak up. Like I had to act like stop people and like film and like be comfortable with like starting conversations on the spot and like all these things that before I did it were super scary. I was like, no, I can never just walk up to somebody and just talk to them. Now I can. But I mean, it's just that, the camera became a way to help me to have a reason to talk to someone that eventually when I stopped, I should say I've definitely moved more into like making my own, like I have my own YouTube channel now, so I'm not like making content for other people as much. But I realized that the camera was kind of a tool or gave me a reason to talk to people. And so eventually I realized, I was like, wait a minute, I don't need to photograph all the time. I can just go talk to people. And that's when sort of the whole like building community and like finding reasons to bring people together really just started to become a part of my life. Like it was, the camera to meeting people to like, let's build a community where we all feel like we're a part of something. And so, yeah, I'm really thankful that I had a lot of crazy experiences in my 20s that really pushed my social, what is it like? Yeah. So my social skills to the maximum. But it's like, living in LA, it's like, you never know the next person you meet could be like the next star, or like you go and see a music artist and like they're big few years later, you got to see them just like as another artist in LA. And I think if anyone has the opportunity to live in LA, they definitely should. Like, it really humbles you because there are like literally 50 other people just like you trying to do the same thing. And it just reminds you, like, I am good at what I do. This is great, and that's I'm good at what I do, and like you just have to like keep coaching yourself through it to keep doing it. And it was just such a really great experience. And like, yeah, for most of my early career, I was in places like LA, New York, London, got to go to Hong Kong, was all throughout Europe. So it's like, I really did not understand the scale of like most people my age were not doing that early in their career. So for me, I just like, I had to figure out how to be on, how to like talk to people, how to like, you know, sell, how to pitch, how to raise money. Like it was like, I was just like on like business on like level 100, you know?